Hi everyone. So I am going to do a bit of a different eye look today. I'm thinking of something like a purpley smoky eye. I know I'm not really wearing an outfit that goes with a purple smoky eye, but I just thought I'd do something different and have a little bit of colour that I don't usually wear and see how we get on. I'm very pale at the moment because I have no tan on at all. So I think this is a nice way to show you, even if you're paler, how to do a nice smoky eye or something for a night out. Obviously you can change the colour to whatever the preference is you want, but just show you how to dress it up a little bit when you are paler. So I'm going to start like I always do with my lightest colour from our signature palette, just as my base underneath my brow, on the brow bone there and out, just to give myself that little bit of shape and just an outline before I start into any of the other colours. Okay, so just on the inner corner there as well. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with my blender brush, and I'm using this palette from Urban Decay, which is the Born to Run palette. Now there's not a huge amount of purples in here, but what I am going to use is this one called Guilt Trip in the middle. I'm going to use that with my blender brush. So just taking it up on the brush. And I'm going to start down at my lash line and just tap it nice and gently in. Now, if I can give you any bit of advice when you're using Urban Decay shadows is, I've already done my base obviously, but if you're doing it, I would suggest doing your eyes first, because the pigments in these eyeshadows are really soft and I find there's a lot of fall down. There can be a lot of fall down with them because of that. So if you just don't want to ruin the rest of your makeup, then I would go and do the eyes first and then do your face. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that all over the lid, making sure it's from the lash line and then working my way out so that it's tapering off as I go out. Okay, all over. So it's our base colour. And take it out. So we need to get it just in the inside as well. Okay, same then on the other side. So just tapping it down first so that I don't get any fall down. I'm just going to put this down. Taking the excess off my brush before I start blending. And then blend it out and up. So it's going to be quite a strong eye, so don't be afraid if you feel like, oh my goodness, this is the dark colour for our first colour. We are going smoky with it. You see the way it's tapering away as it goes out, so it's just giving us that nice fade out. That's why it's always easiest to just start at the lash line and work your way out. And the blender brush is always going to give you a really nice soft payoff. So I'm going to take that same colour again on the same brush again, just a small bit. I'm going to go underneath the lower lash line. Just again to lay down a little bit of groundwork. Underneath. Okay, next colour I'm going to go in with then, I'm moving palettes. I'm going to this Carter Beauty palette and it's the Cherry Bomb palette. And I'm going to use the shade Petal, which is here. And it's a real deep purple. I'm going to use my Pro Blender with this one. And try and take up a nice bit. And I'm going to start again at the lash line and start to blend it in. Okay, so I think purple is a really nice colour to wear. You know, if you want to wear a little bit of colour on the eyes, but you know, you don't want to really go with the pink, say, of the Pillow Talk palette, because I think that is a really difficult colour for most people to wear. Whereas purple gives you that option of getting a bit of colour on the eyes, but without them looking like they're really tired. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. Always starting down low and then blend my way out. They're a nice colour together, but I'm sure there's loads of palettes that you can buy with a few different purples. It's just I don't have that many purples in my own collection, so I had to kind of make do with flicking palettes, going from one to the other. And take a bit more on my Pro Blender and go underneath the eye with that as well. Okay, joining it up. And when I'm doing an eye like this, often when I am doing people's makeup and we're doing a smoky eye like this, they'll ask me to do, I'm not putting any more product on my brush here, I'm just going to blend it out. They'll ask me to do a liquid liner with this. And I am always like, no, don't make me do that, because I just feel that liquid liner with a smoky eye, it's like, you know, wearing a short skirt and a low cut top. I think it's either one or the other, because a smoky eye is meant to be smoky, it's meant to be soft, and it's meant to be blown out. And then if you go in with a liquid liner, I just feel like it gives everything, it's just too hard, it's too solid a line for the look that you're going for. Do you know, that kind of way? So I much prefer to use pencils on my liner for a look like this, because it just softens everything out and it keeps it all blown out. So I need to just add on a little bit more of petal on this side. Is it petal? Yeah. As I see, it's a little bit lighter on this side. Okay, and just blend it out. Just so we have it nice and soft. Then I'm going to go in with a bit of eyeliner. So I'm going to grab a black liner, because I think this look needs a black. And I'm going to take that on my inner waterline. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Bedroom Black liner, but any liner that's black will do, as long as it's got a nice soft nib, because you don't want to pull the eye off yourself. I'm going to go in on the upper lash line as well. Give yourself a little blink when you're doing that. Once you get used to doing the inner waterline, it does get easier, I promise. Okay? But it just makes a difference. Then I'm going to take that onto my upper lash line as well. And I'm not being neat here. I'm just scribbling it into the root of the lash so that I can go in then with my brush and just blend it out. So I'm going to go back in then with petal again, but on my pencil brush this time. And I'm going to take that up on the pencil brush and just blend out my liner. Because remember, we don't want to see the liner, we just want to see that there's definition and it's a little bit darker there. So you can use this brush, or you could use your Pro Blender. It's up to yourself, whatever you find easier. Make sure that's nicely blended out. And then the same brush again, and I'm just going to blend out the lower lash line a little too. Okay, so I actually like it like this, and it's all matte. I'm not a big fan of too much sparkle on the eyes or anything like that. But if you want to take it up a notch and go a little bit more sparkly and have a little bit of sheen and shine on it, what I'm going to do is go back in again with our Urban Decay palette and that Guilt Trip shade, because it's got a sheen to it. And I'm just going to tap it down onto the lid. Because we've got the colour there now, I'm not going to blend it too much. I'm just going to tap it all over, just so we have a little shine on the lid itself. Okay. It's going to then go out to our crease, so it's a nice blend out there. It's kind of nice like that. Take another little bit and just underneath the lower lash line as well. Just make sure that it's nice and smoothly blended. So I'm going to go in with my blender brush again. Key to this type of look, if you're doing a smoky eye, is making sure that we have everything blended well and that there's nowhere with hard lines. Okay, just blend that up. And then I think you could totally go in with mascara here, but I'm going to bring it up another little level again because I just feel like it. But I'm going to use this Ignite shade from that Urban Decay palette. I'm going to go in with my ring finger, rather, not my little finger, my ring finger. And I'm just going to place a little bit of that on top. So just a small amount, but I just think it's going to give it just that little bit of warmth in the middle of the lid. And when you use your ring finger, it just stays much stronger than it would if you had used a brush. So I'm going to use, or put on some mascara now, and I'm going to use my Rimmel Volume Flash 10 mascara. Give myself a good coat. Sure it's out on the lid. Right from the root and drag it out. I should have brushed through my lashes first actually, because I can see they're kind of clumping a bit. But that's okay, I can get rid of that. Once they're fully dry, I'll go over them with the spoolie brush. Just so that they don't look clumpy at all when we're done. Actually, you know what, that brush, it seems like that mascara needs to be changed. Just drag it up. I'm going to switch mascaras now because I think I must have taken the top off that, and you know the way when you're pulling it out, it's not taking the excess off. So I'm going in at my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes instead. I'm just going to brush it out. So you'll have to forgive me with this one until they're dry. I won't be able to brush a few clumps of mascara that I have out. Okay, and then a nice bit on the bottom. I have sewed the wrong top on for wearing an eye look like this. Okay, there's my mascara on. But I hope you like that one. I think that's a nice little eye to wear. Something different, gets a little bit of colour on the eyes, and it's a nice smoky look as well. So it's something you could definitely wear for a night out, or just something that you have on. You don't need to add the orange in if you don't want to. The purple on its own I think was really nice. And like that, you've seen that it could have been nice just matte. Then we brought a bit of sheen back in, and then we added a little bit of warmth. So even just while I'm here, I'm going to just tiny bit blend in that orange. Or I should say that copper rather than orange on top of it. But I hope you enjoyed that one. It's something a little bit different. And like I said, they're just the palettes that I had that were there, that were handy. But there's loads of palettes out there that have all the purples together in one, if you like purple on your eyes yourself. But I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will chat to you soon.